2. Stop the violence, 2, 1, 2. Peace in the streets. Testing 1, testing 2. Stop the violence, stop the shooting, stop the killing. Long live Sanaa Amenhotep. Let me get this sound right. Peace, family. Long live Sanaa Amenhotep. Long live Sanaa Amenhotep. Long live Sanaa Amenhotep. Long live Sanaa Amenhotep. Stop the violence, stop the shooting, stop the killing, stop the violence, stop the shooting, stop the killing, stop the violence, stop the shooting, stop the killing, stop the violence, stop the shooting, stop the killing, stop the violence, stop the shooting, stop the killing. Message to the black man today. Wake up, black man. Clean up, black man. Stand up, black man. Wake up, black man. Clean up, black man. Stand up, black man. Wake up, black man. Clean up, black man. Stand up, black man. We got a message for the black man today. You sit around on these corners while you see our men, our women, our children being gunned down in the streets. Wake up, black man. Clean up, black man. Stand up, black man. Wake up, black man. Clean up, black man. Stand up, black man. The signs of the times are clear. As we can see, you think today, with the little shaking of an earthquake, a wake-up call, a warning sign to the black man today. Wake up, black man. Clean up, black man. Stand up, black man. You see what's happening, what's going on in the world. You see what is taking place in this world today. God is sending you signs. The universe is sending you signs. With the twinkle of an eye, as you see the world today could have been gone. Gone. You could have been gone from the face of the earth. Just like that. That's how serious it is, family. So we want to call the black man out today. Because you see, we do nothing. Business as usual. When you see our little girls, our little boys being shot down in the streets, nothing be done. Nothing happens. Nothing happens unless we make it happen, black man. Nothing be done unless we do something about it. And that's what we intend to do. The mighty new Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, who've been holding the line for you for over 30 years. The new Black Panther Party for Self-Defense has been on the front lines, shutting down major intersections throughout the city and throughout the country.
Black Power. Hold the line.
Hold the line. Hold the line. Shutting it down. You see my comrade right here, Brother Bumani Shakur, revolutionary freedom fighters, black men standing up for our people, standing up for you when you can't stand for yourself, standing up for our own families when no one else stands up for the black man. Man, this black man traveled all over the country, fighting for our people, fighting for our families. You will always honor just me and this black man. It don't take many, it don't take a whole lot, it just takes the dedicated ones. The ones that really love black people more than they hate themselves, who have an undying love for our people, who are not afraid to stand up against this beast and call them out, and stand up for our people and not allow for little black boys, little black girls, women and children to be gunned down and we do nothing about it. But we here today, family, this is a very serious day for myself and for my family that stand here. And we want to talk about family, the black family. Because we're going to look up all these so-called friends that you think you got. All these so-called friends and enemies that you think you have. You're going to look up and see that only thing that really matters is your family. Only thing that you really got is your family. Those are the only ones who are really going to stand up on your behalf. You out here running the streets with your so-called friends. Getting high with your so-called friends. Having fun with your so-called friends. But when you lose your loved ones, we're going to see who be there in the end. See who be there in the end and see who stand up for you in the end. When you lose your loved ones in these streets, family, when you lose those that's near and dear to you, you're going to see who those will be there for you in the end, family. This is not an easy job in America, being a black man, or being a black woman, or being a black child. You see us, our men, our women, our children dying every day throughout this country. The level of hatred in the hearts of our children today is extremely alarming. Extremely alarming. So alarming that it's frightening at the rate that we're losing our children, our babies. And the black man ain't doing nothing about it. Ain't saying nothing about it, ain't standing up against it, ain't trying to do anything in their community to protect our women and our children. But this family that you see here today, the Amenhoteps will stand strong for the black nation, as we have shown the world. When you touch one of ours, we don't forget about them, but we will keep their legacy alive. You will never forget Sanaa Amenhotep, a young princess, a beautiful black little girl who lost her life by some no-good maniac savages who are out of their African minds, who have lost the knowledge themselves and living a beast way of life, who have become nothing but tools and used by this white man and his oppression, who do the very bid of them to take our princess from us. But the Amenhoteps, we don't die, we multiply, and we stand strong as a family and remember our loved ones when no one else is going to remember them, when no one else is going to call their names out. Just forget all about it. And towards their daughters, it's towards your sister, towards your cousin, towards your family member. Then it hits home. Then you feel it in your heart. Then you feel the spirit of losing your loved one. But this is the time that we live in. We live in a time that was covered with so much darkness, so much anger, so much hate, so much callousness, that we don't feel the pain and suffering when someone dies. This is why you can lose your friends, and all you can do is put them on an R.I.P. t-shirt, light a few candles, let off a few balloons, and then the next day it's business as usual. You forget about them. You don't remember them no more. This is why it's easy for us to kill each other and to die in the streets, because the very next day or the very next month we forget about them. We don't remember them. We don't remember those that were lost. How many we have lost right here just in the city of Newark alone? How many little girls, little boys been killed on these streets? And a black man walked to and fro, up and down these streets, blind, dumb, deaf, ignorant, and asleep. And we don't stand up as a family. We don't stand up as a community, stand up as a people to protect our babies. We do this because we understand that Sanaa Amenhotep life will never be in vain. We do this to prevent another family from going through what we have to go through. We do this because we have no choice. Our people are dying.
Teach.
They're dying at an extremely alarming rate. They're being murdered. They're being killed all over this city, all over this country. You can see it on the news. You can see it around the world. You can see it in Palestine, Afghanistan, Iraq, Chicago, right. America, New York City. Look at the news. Come on, black man. Wake up, black man. Clean up, black man. Stand up, black man. Long live Sanaa Amenhotep. Because you gotta understand, this is how something be done. This is how you stand up. No matter who shows up, we show up. Family show up. Because that's all that's gonna really matter. That's all that's really gonna count. And you really get to see what people really are. Our people are messed up. Our people are in bad shape. We messed up. We in bad shape. But this is the world we live in. This is the unfortunate world that we live in. That many are called, and there's only going to be a chosen few.
That's right.
Only a chosen few. It's always been like that. There wasn't many people that were standing with Martin Luther King. You've seen them at the marches and rallies, but they wasn't really standing with him. It's always been like that. It's always been the few that brought about the change. It's always been like that. This is why you got to hold on to family and those that are close to you. Yes, we're going to go through things, but it's not the end of the world. It's messages for these young black men, these young black boys that take it upon themselves to believe that violence and murder is the order of the day. They believe that this is how conflict is solved. That if you have a problem, you go get a gun and you kill someone. But once you do that, you can't bring them back. It's all over. Their life is gone at a young age because we haven't learned how to work out conflict, how to work out mediation, to deal with our people, family. This is a sad day for us, a very sad day. We are not okay. We are not all right. Because nowhere in human history in the world should a father or a daughter or a sister should have to bury their loved ones.
That's right.
To have to bury a young 15-year-old, to be kidnapped and murdered in the streets over nothingness, over senseless violence. This is what we're dealing with, senseless violence. And don't believe it can't happen to you. Don't believe it can't happen to your loved one. That the violence can't come to your doorstep and visit you. Violence is a public health issue. Violence is a disease. Just like any other disease, and if it go untreated, it can be spread on to others, as it has been done. This is why the young people turn to violence so easy, because they have been affected by the disease. It has corroded their hearts and their minds. And they kill our own kind. But what happens to us when we kill off our children? When we kill our women, our men, we kill the very future of our race. There's no future for us. If the young cannot live to be old and to grow up, to be able to have children themselves, this sets us back 100 years every time we kill a child. Sets us back 100 years. They talk about slavery and what happened to us in slavery. But do you know the violence and the murder at the hands of each other is surpassing 100 years of lynching through gun violence alone? More black people are killing America than they do in times of escalated war. More of our people are gunned down, shot down, and killed in the streets. But we will never forget those that passed on, that left this world, that lost their lives early. Even if only a few speak up, if one speak up and speak out against the change that needs to happen and has to happen to protect our little girls from being able to have a future and a brighter day, to be able to walk in a warmer sun. Stop the violence.
Stop the violence.
Stop the violence.
Stop the violence.
Stop the killing. Stop the shooting. Peace in the streets.
Peace in the streets.
That's what we need. When we say peace in the streets, this is what we mean. This is what we need. This is what we have to have in order to survive as a people. There's no other choice, family. That the black man got to wake up, clean up, and stand up. We have no other choice. Long live Sanaa
Mahari
Amenhotep.
Amenhotep.
Long live Sanaa
Mahari
Amenhotep. Long live Sanaa Mahari Amenhotep. Say her name. Sanaa Mahari Amenhotep. Our precious queen, our precious daughter. Her life was not in vain. Her life was not in vain. She has a family that loves her, that will never forget her, that her blood runs through our veins. This is how she never dies. As long as I have breath in my body, she never dies. As long as my children have breath in her body, they never dies. She is blood of our blood and flesh of our flesh. And she never dies. Her name and her legacy will live on forever and ever and ever. And we will make sure that the world remembers her. Remembers her. And we will continue to do things like this in her honor for those that were lost, those that were killed, shot down. You protest George Floyd. You protest when the police kill us. But when we murder and kill each other, you are silent on the issue. You do nothing. You say Black Lives Matter when the police shoot and kill us. But when we pull the trigger on each other, you are silent on the issue. Black lives don't matter when black people kill each other. We are silent on the issue. We're quiet on the issue. And this is how it's easy for us to die in silence in the streets. Murdered and killed in the streets. Our babies can be killed in the streets. Our grandmothers like Deborah Burton can be killed in the streets. Our women like Nikesha Allen can be killed in the streets. Our men can be killed in the streets. And a black man don't do nothing. Don't do nothing, don't say nothing, nothing. Wake up, black man.
Wake up.
Clean up, black man.
Clean up.
Stand up, black man. We are all we got, family. We're all we got. Family is all we got. But somebody got to take a stand. Somebody got to say something when nobody else say nothing. Somebody got to do something to stop the violence in our communities. The signs are clear. If we don't wake up, if we don't clean up, then as we know of the world today can be no more. I know a lot of people were shaken up by that earthquake. That's how easy for it is for God can just eliminate the way things are. And we never reflect until we come close to death. And then we start to think about how precious life really is until our lives are threatened. And the lives of our loved ones are threatened. Then we see reality for what it is. Then we begin to reflect on life. Stop the violence, stop the shooting, stop the killing. Peace in the streets. Peace in the streets.
Peace in the streets.
We're gonna hold the line, family. As long as it takes, we're gonna hold the line.
Hold the line.
And fight for our people. And fight on behalf of our people.
Freedom, justice, and equality, baby. Black
That's
power.
right. Freedom, justice, and equality for our people. Love, peace, and happiness for our people. That's right. For our babies. Sanaa Amenhotep. We're going to stop the violence in her name, in her honor. No matter what it takes, no matter what you see in the world, me and this black man right here going to hold the line.
That's right.
We're going to hold the line. And you see all the rest of them fell by the wayside. Me and this black man going to hold the line and cover down on our people. But we know it takes a nation of millions to be intent to stop the killing. But we're going to hold the line. In the spirit of our teacher, our black power general,
I say,
Muhammad,
I say,
who didn't raise no punks, no sissies, who raised warriors, freedom fighters. This is why the United States government are afraid of these two black men, because they know we're going to go wherever our people are at, and if they need in trouble, we're going to stand up for them. We're going to stand up for our people.
That's right.
That's how it's always been. And we've been standing with families, right? And you see the issue, right? We're standing with families. When you see these marches and protests, us standing with people's families, right? They wasn't holding the line. We was holding the line on their behalf. This is why you see it don't be done. If we don't do it, it don't get done. It don't get done. Stop the violence.
Stop the violence.
Stop the killing.
Stop the killing.
Stop the shooting.
Stop the shooting.
This has been the voice of the people for the past 20 years here in the city of Newark.
That's right.
But when the time comes for the people to stand with you, in the time, this is how our people show up. This is how they show up for you. But you hold the line anyway. You love your people more than they hate themselves anyway. Because we know that the struggle must continue. We stand on the shoulders of mighty ancestors that came before us. And had they given up, we wouldn't be here today. We won't be alive today. We won't be able to have the freedoms that we have today if it wasn't for those ancestors that came before us. Such ancestors like Harriet Tubman. If it wasn't for Harriet Tubman, many of us would still be picking damn cotton today. If it wasn't for Nat Turner, many of us would still be on slave plantations with some cracker still getting the whip cracked on us. If it wasn't for Nat Turner. If it wasn't for the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, many of us would still be lost in the world. If it wasn't for Malcolm X, many of us, like myself, would still be out here committing crimes against our own people. We wouldn't know what black manhood was if it wasn't for these men. So this is why we must hold the line and take a stand. As those that came before us held the line and took a stand and woke our people up, cleaned our people up. Stop the violence.
Stop the violence.
Stop the shooting.
Stop the shooting.
Stop the killing.
Stop the killing.
Long live.
Long live.
Sanaa.
Sanaa.
Amenhotep.
Amenhotep.
Long live.
Long live.
Sanaa.
Sanaa.
Amenhotep.
Amenhotep.
Long live.
Long live.
Sanaa.
Sanaa.
Amenhotep.
Amenhotep.
Long live.
Long live.
Sanaa. Amenhotep.
Amenhotep.
Say her name. Long live.
Long live.
Sanaa.
Sanaa.
Amenhotep. Say her name. Long live Sanaa Mahari Amenhotep.
Amenhotep.
We will never forget you, and we will never forget this tragic day. We will never forget this tragic day. We will always honor you. We will always remember you and hold your name in high regards and high esteem amongst our venerated ancestors. Her name go amongst our venerated ancestors. Our venerated ancestors is those ancestors that's held in high regards and high esteem. That's what Sanaa Mahari Amenhotep, that's what her name will be held amongst our venerated ancestors. And we will never forget her name, her legacy, or anything. We will continue this movement, we will continue this struggle throughout eternity. As long as I got breath in my body,
That's right.
this fight will continue. This struggle will continue until we liberate the hearts and minds of our people. Because what you see, you're not looking at real black men and women that's walking up and down the streets of North New Jersey and throughout America. We're looking at black men and women still under the effects of captivity, still under the effects of enslavement, still under the effects of the Holocaust of our people, as the Jews talked about their Holocaust. But you can ask the black men and women who are walking down the streets, ask them their names, and they'll still give you the very slave masters' names of the people who enslaved them. This is why when you talk about Sanaa Mahari, her name is Amenhotep, original name of our original ancestors. Born in freedom, born liberated in name. In order to be free, you must be first free in name, and then in deed. You can't even begin the liberation process if you don't have a free dome. Because within the word freedom is freedom.
That's right.
You have to free your mind first.
Teach.
So I don't care how much freedom you think you have. If you still enslaved mentally, that's the worst form of enslavement. Because you think you're free and you ain't going nowhere. You're still under the rulership of those who oppressed us and murdered and killed us. This is why we can act out those same very acts that was done unto us, we can do to our own people, our own very kind. Because of that enslavement of our minds and of our hearts. Is that right?
That's right. Teach.
This is why it's important for us to fight, to stand for our people. And they don't fight and stand for themselves. Black power.
Black power.
Black power.
Black power.
Black power.
Black power.
To define, develop, and defend what's in our best
That's
interest
right.
in our people. We don't have to be long as we be strong. Strong for our daughter. Strong for our sister. Strong for our niece. She was many things, a granddaughter. Many things to many people. But you see, family, it's a reflection of your life. How it will be by your so-called friends when you pass on. Those that will be there for you, that will remember you. They be doing all these things out here riding for you. They will kill for you, but they won't live for you. Understand that. Recognize that, especially as young people with so-called friends. Because in the end, like Tupac said, in the end, it's your friends that flip-flop. Those are the ones that change on you, trade on you. This life is like a twinkling of an eye. 1 minute you're here and the next minute you're gone.
Tell it, brother. Tell it.
Remember what your legacy gonna be like. What legacy you're gonna leave behind. How will people remember you when you're gone? If they remember you at all. Because this is how forgetfulness we are. This is how ignorant we are. And this is how life is in this world. It goes on and people forget about you. They don't even remember you. But those that you love, keep them dear to your heart. And you always remember them. And don't give a damn what anybody else think or feel or say. Keep those that you love in your heart, no matter what. Don't think about what anybody else think. Always have your own mind, your own heart, and let nobody change that from you. And keep that. And keep it strong. And keep love in your heart. And try to keep the hate out your heart. Because you become just like the very people that you hate. You become them. You become just like them. This is why you got to keep the hate out your heart. Keep it out your mind. And build yourself up. Clean yourself up. Wake yourself up. Wake up. Clean up and stand up. Wukusu.
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 That's what we do, fam. This will continue. We will continue. We're just going to take a moment of silence and reflect on this day, family. April 5th, 2021. Daughter was kidnapped. She was missing for 24 days. 24 days she was missing. And me and this black man right here, we went down in South Carolina around April 7th. And we searched that entire state single-handedly until we find her, until we got information that led to the whereabouts of her. We will not leave, and we didn't leave. We will never forget that. Thank you, come on, man. It's a moment of silence, y'all. Long live
Sanaa Amenhotep.
Amenhotep.
Long live Sanaa Amenhotep.
Long live
Sanaa
Amenhotep.
Amenhotep. Peace. Yes, sir. Oh, your phone. Yeah, that shit just went offline. Said it was a service, and then what's the Nisha called? I understand. If they see you on live, they call. That would make sense. Like, you bring your butt down. You don't call.